Hi guys, Luke here of SimBoxx in association with Clint Patrick, and this is the short and snappy SimBoxx prediction for Lawrence Okolie versus Krzysztof Glowacki. Okolie versus Glowacki goes down this Saturday, March 20th. It headlines the Matchroom card live on Sky Sports and DAZN, and it is for the WBO Cruiserweight World title. Lawrence Okolie, the former British Olympian, 15-0 with 12 knockouts. He's unfairly labelled as somewhat of a boring fighter, in my opinion, and that all goes back to the fights with Matty Askin and Isaac Chamberlain, two fights that promised a lot and just didn't deliver. But Okolie, with those 12 knockout victories in 15 fights, is trying to shake that tag, and I believe a victory on Saturday will firmly see those negative headlines and those negative comments put firmly in the rearview mirror. But across the ring from him and Krzysztof Glowacki, we have a guy that has fought 33 times as a professional. He made his professional debut way back in 2008, so he's very, very experienced. He's had twice as many fights and more than Okolie. Krzysztof Glowacki is a former WBO Cruiserweight World title holder. He previously held that title before losing to Alexander Usyk when Usyk cleaned up the division at Cruiserweight. But Glowacki holds some notable victories over the likes of Marco Huck and Steve Cunningham, two former world champions, so he's not somebody to be overlooked, and I'm sure Okolie and his trainer Shane McGuigan certainly won't be overlooking the challenge of Glowacki this weekend. Okolie himself is 15-0, 12 knockouts. As I say, he is a former British, Commonwealth and European Cruiserweight champion. He's come up the old-fashioned way, the traditional way of collecting all the belts throughout his career. Just 15 professional fights. He's looking at becoming a world champion in his 16th professional contest, which would match the feat of Anthony Joshua. He, of course, has the Olympic pedigree as well. Now, how do I see this fight going? I think under Shane McGuigan, Lawrence Okolie has made marked improvements in terms of his physical attributes being brought into play more into fights. He's got huge, long limbs, and if he finds a way of attacking fighters and not getting caught with fighters on his chest and then not getting tied up, then he's a very, very dangerous opposition for anybody in the cruiserweight division. Those long arms, and if he can bring those into effect against Glowacki and keep Glowacki at the end of a long jab and then pop the right hand down the middle, I think he could make it an easy night's work for himself. I think he needs to keep Glowacki off him, because Glowacki will look to get in close and bury himself on the chest of Okolie and tie it up and brawl and maraud his way forward. But I think if Okolie establishes that jab, if he can make Glowacki respect his power with that huge right hand, which we know he carries a lot of power, if he can land that early and make Glowacki respect his power, it becomes an easy night's work. But that's a big if. I do see this fight going the distance. I don't think Okolie will score a knockout, but I do think he will hit Glowacki often and enough to keep him at bay. And I think Okolie becomes the new WBO Cruiserweight World Champion via unanimous decision on the judges' scorecards. Let me know in the comments below how you see this fight going. Do you think Okolie will win and become world champion? Do you think Glowacki will score the upset victory with his added experience? Let me know in the comments below. Check us out across social media at SimBoxx, Twitter, Instagram. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, and I will catch you on the next one.